Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about ego metrics today. It's one of the things that people love to brag about, which this is gonna sound like sour grapes coming from me because I don't get many views on my videos. But it's not that I don't care, it would be nice to have more views, but at the same time, there's nothing I might gain from having more views, just more problems. My goal is to reach only, the people that actually find this useful. So all the other 99.99999 whatever percent of people, they can watch other things, and they can watch liars. Again, this might sound like sour grapes, but I'm doing these videos because I go for a walk every day, and might as well do a video, and it might help somebody, and at the same time, why would I just I've seen this scenery many times, so why would I just walk around? I can talk about things that are on my mind, and I can even flush them out in my mind better, so I can crystallize certain ideas that I have. So me doing these videos is more for me than it is for you, honestly, because even my personal assistant and my general manager watches these videos because I told them to, so they can better grasp my mentality and even glean some information from them, so they will perform better for me. So I don't, deep down, it doesn't really matter what kind of views these videos get, because these videos are for me and internally. So if I get more views in the future, that would be great, but at the same time I will have to police my comments more, and I will have to say to my assistants to do that, and it's gonna take away from their time, producing revenue and doing more important things. So I think ego metrics is when people concentrate on, ooh, look how many hits I'm getting, look how many uniques I'm getting on my website, look how many views I'm getting on YouTube, which doesn't even pay that well anymore. And most of the times it just, if you say anything remotely, outside of the cat videos, you'll get demonetized pretty much. So posting videos for the purpose of getting ad revenue is the ones that are already doing it, and they've been doing it for 10 or 5 years, fine. If they can continue doing it and not get demonetized, that's great. But I see a lot of people are being demonetized massively. Each video they post, it's automatically demonetized, so none of the videos get monetized, or some people, half of the videos get monetized. So they're just basically spending time, and they're trying to supplement their income by making videos with selling products and stuff, and endorsements and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this isn't the cornucopia it used to be, you know, 10 years ago, whatever, 5, 6 years ago. So I'm posting these videos because I just have time to do something while I walk, and I can use it for myself to go through them to actually, you know, sometimes I might forget certain things. I might forget how I used to do things, you know. Writing down everything is kind of a pain. So if I'm walking already, I just might as well just document my thoughts, and I can come to them later on, and my employees can come to them and, you know, glean something from them. So that's it. These videos are more for me than anything else. You know, if other people watch them, great. If I get more views, great. But it's not going to impact my my income in any way. If tomorrow I start getting 1 million views per video, it's not going to impact my income in any way. In any way. Like, for 1 million views, I think you used to get like $1,000 or something from ad revenue. But now, you probably get closer to 500 or something like that. And there's not, you know, the percentage of videos that get 1 million views is not great, you know, if we're speaking about statistics. So, yeah, I mean, it's not the best statistics for that. And, you know, uploading a video every few days and let's say getting $500 for it, it wouldn't impact my income very much. Because, you know, I make my money just by developing real estate like I've been doing for years and years. And the development loans, you know, pay for my living standard, and later on when we sell for profit, you know, it all goes back to the company and reinvested. Pretty much all of it is reinvested. I don't live lavishly at all, you know. I don't spend much on clothes and, you know, go out and peacock, as they say. It's just, you know, I buy normal quality clothes. If I go on a walk like this, I just, you know, put on cheap t-shirts and that's it. Just t-shirts lying around in the drawers, and that's it. I put them on and I go out. I put a hat on to protect from the sun, put some shades on to protect from the sun, and that's it. Get some walking shoes on, you know, get some walking shoes for $50. That's fine. What do you need? You know, walking shoes, they're gonna last you. You know, as long as you don't buy total crap, it's gonna last you for, you know, at least a year or more. So some people buy, you know, $500 shoes, $500 shoes. That's fine. You know, it's not a problem. But, you know, I don't think they're that much better. You know, it's gonna last you maybe 3 years. You know, you've spent 500, I've spent 50, it's gonna last me a year or something like that, even more sometimes. And, you know, 3 years, $150. The other ones are 500. Doesn't matter. This is all peanuts, you know. This is all peanuts. This is not real money. This is nothing. So it doesn't really matter. As long as you buy something that lasts, you know. I never buy new cars. Very rarely, you know. I've had 2 new cars altogether in my life, and I've had, I don't know, 10 plus cars, if not more. I don't know, I don't remember. There's so many cars I've had. And the 2 cars that I have right now are both Mercedes, but I haven't bought them new. here, you know, I drive an older version SL, and I drive an older version E-Class for every day. So, you know, that's it. I was thinking of buying an S-Class, but, you know, they're just too big for these roads here, you know. These roads in Eastern Europe are so windy and narrow. It just, I've tested 2 S-Classes, and each time I was just like, whoa, I'm gonna hit something, you know. It's just, it's a bit too big, you know. For Australia, when I come back in a few months, hopefully, when I come back to Australia, you know, I'll buy an S-Class. The roads there are much wider and not as busy as here and not as winding. So I'll buy an S-Class again, like I had before. But here, E-Class is perfect for me. And the SL is just for weekends when you go out, you know, put the top down and just drive around. I've started dating a little bit, like dating, you know. It's a ridiculous endeavor, but, you know, I just started dating a little bit. And, you know, when you go on a date for a second, third, whatever, you know, you just, especially if you go for dates after, you know, you've sort of put your put your mark on the relationship, if you can call it that. You know, you just pick her up in a nicer car, and that's it. You know, you put the top down and you two enjoy, and you go for a drive on the lake. You know, get some nice cakes. You know, and you watch the lake. You go on a boat a little bit, stuff like that. You know, romantic stuff. But yeah, so, you know, I usually never buy new, because the car, when you buy it new, and it's, you know, they say it's a myth that when you take the car off the lot it's worth 20% less, but it's true. It's worth at least 10% less. You know, it's used, but at that point it's not new anymore, so it's used. It's worth less. And the depreciation is pretty big, you know. In the first few years it's quite significant, and then after first few years it drops off like crazy, you know. And then usually after about 5 years, you know, or about 4 to 5 years, you know, the depreciation is significant enough so you can just buy the car and you're not gonna lose, you know, that much, as long as you don't have the car for 10 years or something. You know, then you're gonna lose everything. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. You know, the used cars are not that expensive. Even if you lose everything, if you buy a car that you really love and you can just keep it forever, just repair it and that's it. But, you know, if you want to change cars, you know, just change them every 2-3 years and you'll be fine, you know. And always buy 4 to 5 year old cars. Never buy new. Yeah. So some people say, oh, you have to buy like after a 2-year-old car, then you get the best deal. Yeah, it's not my experience, you know. I usually do it 4 to 5, you know. I prefer 4, sometimes 5. It depends on how good the car was treated, and, you know, what kind of kilometers it has and stuff like that. So, and I don't know how I came to this thing, but egometrics is basically just looking how many hits you get, how many views you have, instead of concentrating on the money. Just, you have to concentrate on the money. Some weird smell here. I don't know what that is. Smells even worse right now, but anyway, you know, dogs and stuff like that. So yeah, concentrate on the money, concentrate on the profit you're making. Don't concentrate on these ego metrics, you know. If I was concentrating on the ego metrics, I wouldn't be making any more videos. I wanted to stop at some point because I was not getting any views, but I thought to myself, well, just use YouTube to catalog your thoughts, and you can just come back and see what your thoughts were, and if you need to refresh certain things, you know, because, you know, I'm like everybody else, we forget things, you know. Our brains, as we get older especially, are not as good at remembering, you know, stuff that we did yesterday or last week or stuff like that, you know. So that's it. Concentrate on the money. Don't concentrate on the ego metrics. So if you're making money with YouTube, great. Congratulations. You probably started a while ago. Even if you started last year. Some people started last year and they've had great success, but you know, a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is luck on YouTube. You know, some channels have unbelievable content, just great stuff, like really, and the guy, you know, puts in a lot of effort into making the videos, you know, almost professional, and he's not getting any views. Like, he's getting like 300 views, 500 views, 1,000 views, 2,000 views, you know, at the most. And the channel is unbelievable. I mean, just crazy good. But then some people, you know, have these crap channels. They're just, you know, screaming into the camera, talking a million miles an hour, which is probably, you know, I've seen that a lot of channels become quite popular if you talk like a million miles an hour and do jump cuts like crazy. But I don't have time for that, because right now I'm doing this on my own. I don't wanna give video production to my team here, because, or my team in Australia, because, you know, it's more important thing. They have more important things to do than do this stuff. This is completely unimportant, you know. This is just cataloging my thoughts. So concentrate on the money. You know, our money is in development, in real estate development, and as I said before, in the future, hopefully it's going to be in some crypto as well. But you know, we just started, so we'll see how it goes. But so most of the things, you know, are ready, but we'll see how it goes anyway. So the money is in real estate development, you know. So we're concentrating on what makes us money, what makes us the most money, and we're not concentrating on YouTube. If I wanted to concentrate on YouTube, as I said, I would be contacting certain bigger channels for interviews, paying for interviews, you know, because, you know, these people, even the ones that have a lot of subscribers, they don't earn that much, you know. It's not like they're earning millions, you know. It's very rare that you earn millions, you know, unless you have 10 million subscribers at least, if not more, and you are, you know, pushing products non-stop like crazy, you know. But most channels, you know, even the bigger ones, don't really earn that much, and they will take your money to do an interview with you for sure, 100%. Most of them will. So if I was, you know, really serious about this, I would just, you know, pay for interviews. I would contact bigger channels for free interviews and stuff like that. So I would just be doing that, and I would get my name out, and I would get more views, a lot more views, if I wanted to do that. But I just don't have time right now. I don't have time. I have time to shoot this when I walk, but that's it. and then I just, you know, plug it in, and then I upload it, and then I cut the beginning and the end, and that's it, done. You know, takes me half an hour or something. So that's not a problem, you know. I do other things after business, after work, you know. I do it in the evening before I go to bed, just to relax a little bit, you know. So that's it, you know. Concentrate on the money. Concentrate on what's keeping you alive, what's making you money to buy food and pay the rent or whatever, if you have your own place, obviously. You know, to pay the mortgage or whatever you have. Concentrate on that thing. Don't concentrate on YouTube. You know, YouTube is, you know, is just ego metrics. You know, it's just, you satisfy your ego by other people watching you. And then you want more and more people watching you, but you have nothing to show for it, you know. It's just basically wasting time. So, again, concentrate on the money, not on the ego metrics. Alright? See you next time. Cheers.